Across Michigan, everyday moments shape a child's future. Conversations at the kitchen table, a trusted teacher, a safe place to grow. For over 40 years, Children Trust Michigan has invested in those moments, partnering locally to prevent child abuse and neglect through strengthening families. Today, CTM is leading a new movement, one that is transforming the way Michigan supports children and families. It's called HOPE, Healthy Outcomes from Positive Experiences.
HOPE has opened my eyes to recognizing not only the risk factors that families face, but also the strengths they already possess. It allows me to see the whole picture and build on the strongest parts of a family's foundation.
I know I'm inspired, and I know my team is really going to embrace this and be able to approach situations differently, provide new resources to our families and our community, and really focus in on the positive things and not dwelling on the negative things that we don't really have control over.
Every day, we always like to focus on the bad, but we want to create a community that even in times when things seem astray, they can focus on the good.
What began as a small collaboration has grown into a movement spanning 19 counties, a connected network of partners, facilitators, and HOPE champions working together to strengthen families across Michigan. Guided by Children Trust Michigan and supported by the AmeriHealth Caritas Foundation, this effort continues to expand, linking communities through shared values that help every child feel safe, supported, and ready to thrive.
Learning about HOPE has given me the hope I was seeking. So much of the recent focus has been on adversities and how they negatively affect families, which can feel very discouraging. But HOPE helps to shift that lens.
By embedding hope into everything we do, we're building stronger families, a more resilient agency, and healthier communities. That's the power of HOPE.
HOPE is more than an idea. It is a research-based framework that centers around 4 building blocks: relationships, environment, engagement, and emotional growth. The key types of positive childhood experiences, or PCEs, that help children develop resilience and thrive.
Through HOPE, we hope to bring our community a new perspective on the ways that they can show up in simple everyday ways to help children and families.
We have paid a lot of attention to the 4 building blocks around relationships, environment, engagement, and emotional growth. We've done that internally as an agency, and then we've also built this foundation out into our community.
This tool assesses and builds a youth's knowledge, supports, and skills that bring them from their teenage years to adulthood.
Together, these building blocks create a shared language that brings partners and communities into alignment.
So we really are grateful to be able to have a name to this framework, to give voice to the importance of having the 4 building blocks of HOPE really kind of grounded in a community setting.
So that we can have some common language when working with our community partners as we then bring this to the families and the kids that we serve.
From schools and family resource centers to advocacy groups and local coalitions, HOPE gives Children Trust Michigan and its community-based prevention partners a clear model for putting these principles into action. It guides teams to listen closely to families and work with parents as true partners, designing programs shaped by their voices and their leadership. These programs nurture strong, supportive relationships, create safe, predictable environments, foster meaningful engagement, and help children and caregivers strengthen emotional growth. With the prevention of child abuse always at the heart of this work, when these practices are woven into everyday interactions, families find support early through relationships that are consistent, compassionate, and lasting.
In the months ahead, we'll be offering HOPE training in our community at least twice a year, and we're working diligently to create a parent and caregiver-focused training. One that lifts parents up as they're experts at their children and invites them to see all the meaningful and important ways that they're making a difference.
Groundbreaking research from the HOPE National Resource Center shows that positive childhood experiences not only improve long-term mental health outcomes for adults, but also generate significant cost savings through prevention and early support. These findings reinforce what Children Trust Michigan has championed all along: that investing in families early changes lives and strengthens communities statewide.
What I really love most about it is how I was able to take those same concepts and principles and turn it inwardly, where I was able to take that information and apply it to my staff so that we learn how to support one another, how to use those same concepts when we are engaging, strengthening our communication, right, and learning how to support one another regardless of what we are going through.
Hope Champion training has given me the tools to understand and live out what it means to be a Hope Champion. These tools support me and my organization in building a positive, healthy work environment based on the Hope value.
What I've truly appreciated about the Hope Champion training and the corresponding implementation project is how deep we've been able to dive into this framework and how we've been able to receive real life practice in applying it, not only to forms and policies and practices, but also to internal culture, to our physical and virtual environments, and to our meetings and our annual reviews and other things.
Across Michigan, CTM prevention partners are reimagining how they work together, creating agency cultures grounded in resilience, strengthened by parent support, and inspired by the positive childhood experiences they strive to build for every family.
This training has transformed the way I approach my work, and it's given me new tools to see the strengths in families first and build upon from a place of hope and resiliency rather than focusing on challenges. The HOPE framework has helped us update our assessments and screenings so they're not just about identifying needs, they're about recognizing, partnering, and affirming family strengths.
This transformation takes many forms, from promoting infant safe sleep and car seat safety, to educating parents and families and connecting them with resources and concrete supports. Each effort strengthens the statewide prevention network built to keep children safe and families strong.
We've revised our policies and procedures to ensure every interaction is hope-informed and that our staff feel equipped to put these practices into action with confidence.
These values truly benefit both our organization and the people we serve.
Inside agencies, a common language is taking hold. Staff feel supported, families feel seen, and practice turns into culture. Through proven tools and consistent support, HOPE helps organizations and families move forward, turning shared values into everyday action. Beyond agency walls, prevention partners are aligning, bringing these ideas into the places where children grow, families connect, and communities thrive.
As an agency that deals with schools and gets the opportunity to go in the classrooms, we know that it's a struggle every day for some teachers with how many things that they have going on. So being able to meet the teachers where they're at, let them know that we see what they're doing and that they're doing it well, and how we can make that a better situation.
Here in Northern Michigan, we've been longtime supporters of the Strengthening Families Protective Factors framework. More recently, we've had an opportunity to take a deep dive into HOPE, our healthy outcomes for positive experiences. We're really looking forward to the opportunity in the year ahead to continue to integrate our work and connect it to HOPE.
So we are using this framework as a community grassroots effort in which we are kind of working with our other collaborative partners, our private sector, our economic development sector to really kind of talk through how our community implements the HOPE framework.
From county tables to neighborhood programs, partners are moving in the same direction, so support feels connected and consistent wherever families turn. At the heart of Children Trust Michigan's mission is this shared purpose: building safer childhoods, stronger families, and more resilient communities. Together, we make a difference, uniting to create brighter futures for every child.
Whether you're a parent, caregiver, teacher, maybe you're a mentor or a coach, or a member of a faith congregation, or maybe just a loving and friendly neighbor. If you have young children and families in your community that surround you, you have an opportunity to make a positive difference in their life and potentially their future.
Prevention means meeting people with dignity before hardship becomes harm. Every step brings us closer to a Michigan where every child is safe, supported, and free to flourish.
After all, no one wants to constantly hear about what they're doing wrong. It's far more empowering to hear what they're doing right and to build from there. This approach also helps me confront and overcome my own biases. We all have them, but becoming aware of these biases and ensuring they don't interfere with our relationships is essential, especially when supporting families. But Hope reminds us that positive childhood experiences can help families overcome challenges and lead to better outcomes for children. And that's not just encouraging, it's empowering. It gives us real tools to support families in meaningful and transformative ways, and that's just what we seek to do.
This training was very helpful to me so that I am able to treat our clients with respect and dignity and provide a location where they can come in and feel safe and secure. Also helping us as an agency reframe our work that we do to become more open-formed has been outstanding and invaluable. My project plans to work on the intake forms, so this is helping the clients who come in for what could be a really stressful time period, having them be more relaxed and comfortable while we give them their intake and offer them conversation starters so they're able to answer honestly and get the best service that we can possibly offer them.
The impact is already rippling outward. Families tell us they feel seen and valued, not judged. Our community partners are noticing how these changes create deeper trust and stronger collaboration.
When families feel seen and safe, they grow stronger, and communities grow with them. Across Michigan, Hope Champions are utilizing practical tools to build healthy communities where young people, parents, and families can succeed.
This includes life skills such as understanding banking, credit scores, budgeting, and post-secondary educational opportunities, as well as obtaining a driver's license for transportation, as well as identity documents that help them apply for a job and even rent an apartment. Acquisition of these skills, they have been disrupted due to being in a systems-impacted family, as well as the grief and loss of a parent through involvement in the child welfare system. My goal is to successfully prepare all youth exiting our foster care system, putting them solidly on the brightest path possible. This project has reinvigorated my commitment to serving this population with tools and practices that increase positive outcomes. And although our work is extremely heavy day in and day out, we know that we are surrounded by positive childhood experiences and that we can promote those positive childhood experiences to help families heal and mitigate any future harm. I'm excited to say that this training has impacted myself and my organization, not only in our professional development, but in the way that we aim to become a hope-informed organization. So I look forward to continuing to work our way through the checklist and check off even more hopeful achievements. And I hope truly that we'll create ripple effects right here in our community for others to do the same.
We know, and I've personally seen and witnessed personally and professionally in my life, when a community is responsive to those 4 building blocks of hope in a positive and creative way, our families thrive. And when our families thrive, our communities thrive. And again, we could not have started or implemented this work without Children's Trust Michigan being able to have the funding to support this training and move this forward.
From foster care to regional response centers to community coalitions, these tools are creating pathways that last. Since 1982, Children's Trust Michigan has been at the forefront of prevention, connecting partners, building systems, and strengthening families statewide.
I believe that strong fathers create strong families, and strong families create strong communities. So I am forever indebted and grateful for having the opportunity to go through the Hope training.
I feel very fortunate to have been able to go through the Hope Champion training, thanks to Children's Trust Michigan, who made that happen.
I am so grateful to continue this work and continue learning more hope and providing more hope. I hope to pass it along and continue to train and facilitate more hope-informed things with my coworkers. I really appreciate the time and the training.
This Hope Champion training, I feel, is going to really impact my ability to work with the schools and the community that we work within.
The impact of this new approach will be life-changing for us and the families. And as we start this journey, 3 words come to mind: transformative, inspired, and encouraged.
Hope has so much to offer, and we're excited about what's to come.
Thank you to everyone who was involved and all of the funders. I really appreciate it.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Children Trust Michigan is igniting hope across the state. With every champion trained, every family empowered, and every community strengthened, that vision grows. Together, we're building a Michigan where every child is nurtured, every family resilient, and every future full of hope. This collective movement is helping Children Trust Michigan become the first hope-informed organization in the state, uniting partners, caregivers, and neighbors in a shared commitment to strengthen families and prevent child abuse before it occurs. Everyone has something to give: a voice, a skill, a moment of care. To learn more, visit childrentrustmichigan.org or explore the Hope National Resource Center at positiveexperience.org and discover how you can be part of this growing circle of care.